All right, welcome to another video, everyone. We're sitting in the new 2020 Tiguan SEL Premium R-Line. Now, I already did my walk around. You guys can check that out. I'll link that in the description below. And we'll take this thing for a quick spin. It is all up to temperature, and we'll do a little zoop. We're not going to floor it, but we'll make sure it's in its sport setting right now, and we'll see how she do. Not bad. It's got that low end grunt, definitely a lot of low end torque that I can feel right off the bat. But yeah, I mean I would say it's a proper sport mode. When I was going through the settings, you can change a lot of things through the individual mode, and it shows you everything that goes to pretty much its own sport setting. And it was cool to see that drive system actually does change. So just even like the Golf R, which is my vehicle, you can change the drive setting, and you can make it kind of, I would assume, a little bit more responsive and reactive. So that's really cool to see in this type of vehicle. But yeah, on my drive over here, it drives very smooth. It soaks up a lot of bumps. It is riding relatively large wheels. However, it does soak up a lot of the bumps, and you know, it's not very firm. Obviously, it's an SUV. It doesn't have adjustable suspension, and being an R-Line, it still is, you know, it's just a, you know, the R-Line is only an aesthetic tweak. However, you know, you want to make sure it kind of has a little bit of the sporty looks, and you know, and of course the performance doesn't change among all of the entire lineup of Tiguan. However, I will say, out of the box, you know, just for along the whole line of them, they all offer the same engine. It's a really peppy motor, and you'll have no problem passing people. And you know, if you want more performance, you can obviously tune it or chip it down the road. You know, you guys know me, I like to modify things, so it's definitely something that that I like to do. But as far as in-cabin sound, it has its own unique pumped-in audio. You can definitely tell it is pumped in. I can't really compare it to anything. The Atlas Crossport that I drove recently sounds a little bit like the VR6, even though, you know, it is the 4-cylinder that I drove. But with that said, you know, it drives really nicely, and the sound that it does make is a pleasant sound. It's not, you know, over the top, and you know, it doesn't sound like something completely ridiculous. You know, it doesn't have that 5-cylinder, you know, or V6 or 8-cylinder sound. I mean, it just sounds like a, you know, a more premium 4-cylinder, which, you know, it is a really good 4-cylinder. So, you know, it's not a bad sound at all, for sure. But yeah, as far as cornering and as far as steering goes, steering feels pretty nice. The steering wheel is really nice to hold. It's a 3-spoke, and it is a flat bottom. It's a relatively smaller steering wheel too, so you kind of feel like you know, it's a little bit harder to turn, which is a nicer feeling. It's a nice sporty feeling, and that does adjust when you scroll through the settings. In its sport setting, it will tighten up the steering, and yeah. But overall, the DSG is very responsive, and you know, a really good engine paired with a really good transmission is a recipe for success, in my opinion. So really can't knock it. Yeah, it has a little rumble to it. I like it. As far as in the power band, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely a lot lower down. It has plenty of torque. You know, as you rev throughout it, the power's not necessarily all there, but you know, you guys have to understand, this is just an SUV. You know, it's nothing crazy. So you know, it's you get what you get, and it's a really good package. So I can't knock it. It's a really, really good package, and you know, the torque is phenomenal off the line. I don't know if this is necessarily how much it can tow, but it's got to be a, you know, decent amount. It's you know, it's properly torquey for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really nice. And I have the climate on, and I have just the fan on one little setting, and it's so cold in here, which is nice, or I should say it's so cool in here. I'm very comfortable, so that's very pleasant. But yeah, as far as road noise goes, not much road noise. It's probably thanks to the tires that it has on, but got a really nice blue S5 in Sepang blue. That is a clean color. probably winning a race, I'd assume. But again, this thing sounds really good. And yeah, and visibility is really good as well. It's even better than the Atlas Cross Sport because that kind of has that long, you know, sloping hatch. This is like your traditional SUV shape, so we don't have any true blind spots. And of course, we do have blind spot monitoring. If you guys can see, I'll roll down the window. It is right there. So if anything gets in our way, this will illuminate, kind of like a yellowish orange, which is nice. But yeah, you guys have to check this out. Look at that. I'm not gonna have enough time to show you, but because we have a green light, but it's huge and it keeps going. It's not done. You guys think it's done? It's not. Got another one right there. That's wild. You can't beat that. That's so much space. And for your passengers, I mean, it's so easy to probably just get all your buddies in here. And I don't know, it's a really nice car. And of course it has the Fender audio, and I have Fender audio. I've had it since my 2015 GTI. It's such a good system. I have no problems with it. It's very, very bassy, and you can change a lot of the settings too. It's not overly boomy. It's very clear. It's a good sounding audio system. So so if I was in the market to buy an SUV, which I'm not a huge SUV believer. I'm kind of, you know, I love my smaller hatchbacks. I think that's plenty, but I'm young and I'm not, you know, I don't have a family quite yet. So if I was ever in the market for an SUV, I've always loved the Tiguan. And if they make the Tiguan, you know, later on when I'm in that position, I would 100% buy a Tiguan. I think the space is plenty. It's only slightly, as far as cargo volume, it's only slightly smaller than the Atlas, so it's really not that bad at all. And it's just a pleasant car to drive. Like, I have no problems with it. It's very, very smooth. And of course, I'm still in sport mode, and it's, you know, it has that kind of that low-end grunty, and you know, it's still very drivable. I do enjoy this car a lot, and like I said, I would completely buy this for myself later on down the road when I want an SUV or something this size. I would totally pass the Atlas, and you know, if they have the Touareg again, I would probably, you know, avoid that, or I wouldn't avoid that, I just wouldn't buy it. I do really, really enjoy this Tiguan. I think, you know, it's a great package, and it's very inexpensive. You know, for a German car, this is a bargain. So again, if you guys are interested in this vehicle, again, it's probably one of the best specs you can get. But you know, and this is my opinion, I just like the color combo, but you can get plenty of color combos. So you know, anything to really meet your own desire. This dealership has plenty of inventory. In fact, I'll even show you guys. You guys get a special treat. We got a... All right, let's see, right over here. So these are all the Tiguans. This is all their Tiguan inventory. Look how many Tiguans, guys. That's so many. And all different shapes and sizes as far as packages go. This is definitely one of, I think, the higher spec ones, but come and get it, guys, because these things sell super quickly. So again, check out Seacoast Volkswagen in Greenland, New Hampshire. They'd be totally happy to help you out. And yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.